Hi, I'm Chelsea Hewsome, your host of the Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm an entrepreneur, author, speaker, and mom of two. And I'm so tired of women not feeling like they can show up as fully expressed versions of themselves. So here, we're all about that unapologetically, because honestly, we don't have time not to. Literally, because we're busy as F moms and entrepreneurs, but also figuratively, because we don't know how much time we have on this planet, and we want to make an impact now. But if we're doing this, we're making it real vibes only. So let's get inspired, laugh our asses off, quite possibly cry, and feel like you're sitting on the couch with your bestie and a glass of wine. I'm so happy you're here. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Lip Service and Lashes podcast. I'm your host, Chelsea Hewsome. I'm so glad you're here. You guys, today I have my friend Carrie Hunter. Carrie brings over 25 years of leadership experience in construction, tech, and healthcare, and a deep passion for women, mental health, and meaningful change. She's the founder of It's Not That Serious, a growing community reminding women that life doesn't always have to feel so heavy. Her work centers on connection, honesty, and creating space for women to show up as they are. Carrie, I'm so glad you're here.
Yay! I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for having me. I'm loving all you're doing.
Oh, thank you. Same for you. I'm so proud of you. And so I have to just tell y'all, when Carrie and I were in, we're in construction, because now you've moved on, which we'll talk about that. But like every time, I just love you. Every time I see you at an event, you're like coming through the room. You always look you're like looking just hot. Your hair's done, your makeup's done. You have the cutest clothes on. I was like, there's Carrie. She's just looking good as always, just rocking it.
Listen, the world is our runway.
It is. And I love that. I'm like, she's a badass always. I love it. Okay, girl, tell us about this new movement, this new company, because you've recently stepped away. So tell us all about it.
Yes. So it's very scary. I was telling somebody the other day, I'm like, it's equal parts terrifying and exhilarating. It's like the best. And you're like, oh my God.
You wake up at night, you're like, oh my God.
Yes. We just get so used to comfortable roles, like I've been in the corporate world for a very long time, getting a very comfortable salary and doing all those comfortable things that we get used to. And I think definitely in 2026, but in general, over the last couple of years, everybody feels just like this energy of people just being tired of stuff and, just really looking for something more, something that means something more, that's doing more for communities and for people. And so I was one of those people in actually in March of 2024, when I was still with a tech company that was serving the construction industry. I got my LLC and I started working on the back end on my own company. And then we fully launched live in August of 25. And then I went fully in December of 2025. I pulled the ripcord and now I'm doing my company 100%. It's just it's like overnight success when people are like, oh, that actor's been working on this for 20 years and now we know who they are. It's the same thing, but it's all about building community and strengthening women specifically. So really the idea of this is a brand that it's a global women's empowerment and storytelling brand built to uplift and connect and inspire women through community, through content, through mentorship, through travel content, and it's just all joy driven, really. There's obviously, well, gosh, how do you make money? We make money. We have advertisers that are supportive of women's brands, and of lifting women. And we sell all this super fun merch. And the merch is not, my life is not to be like a t-shirt seller, but the merch is fun. It's to inspire, to make you laugh, to remind you. And again, it's how we generate revenue so we can highlight incredible women like you, Chelsea, doing incredible things.
Well, thank you. And I'm so proud of you. It is terrifying when you're like, oh God, I don't have someone else paying me. And now I have to figure out a way on my own. And you know what it is, and I always joke, like, we're a special kind of crazy, but it is also as equally as terrifying as it is, it's also a beautiful life, owning your time, and you are the boss, and you are creating, you've brought this into the world because you're so passionate about it. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, and you know, I do a lot of different women's groups, whether it's women in construction or
Mhm.
whether it's you know, different, you know, women in law, just all of these different women's groups or at high level executive women groups.
Mhm.
And the common denominator is that women are looking for connection. They're looking for advice, for friendship, for
Yeah.
mentorship, whether that's, hey, I'm a mentor and I want to mentor other young gals coming up, or vice versa. Hey, Carrie, I'm a young gal in the industry. Who can you connect me with? And it's all about connection. And there's a real big desire for that. And just,
There
you know,
is.
some of the things that have been happening in the country, in the world, that have been not the best mojo, not the best vibes,
Yeah.
has really pushed women together to each other. And I am all about it. And I have so many women that are constantly coming to me, and you know, I do a lot of mentorship myself. And actually that's where the name of the company came from. I used to always say, I still say it, it's not that serious, because we get so hung up on, you know, we have these very serious things in life. It's a bit ironic, right? But we have these very serious things in life and we get hung up on the most minor things. And it's
Yep.
like we need to say to ourselves, like, it's not that serious. Like, go for it, do it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Because
you
we do,
know,
when you're in it thinking about it, you make everything seem like it's life or death and the most serious thing. So I love that. Just, hey, yeah, it's a big deal, but it's not that serious. You got this, right? And
right,
truly,
exactly.
I agree with what you say about, women wanting connection, because I feel like there's so many women out there that say, oh, well, women are mean or they're catty or whatever. They just, don't want me to succeed. But there are women like you and a lot of women that we know, because we don't put up with that shit.
Right,
We
exactly.
are like, I got you, girl. What do you need? I'll connect you. I'm building you up. I'm cheering for you and you're cheering for me, right? That's what people
Exactly.
want.
Exactly. And you know, one of our fabulous whips, we do highlights on women in power, and it's really more about their stories of, not necessarily like, oh, look at her amazing career. They all have amazing careers. Let me put that out there. But it's not about that. It's about, hey, I went through this really hard thing and this is how
Yes.
I got through it. And so you see this woman that's like doing these incredible things, and you're like, oh, I she wouldn't relate to what I've been through because I've been through all this crap. And she's like amazing. She would never experience that. And that's total
Yeah.
bullshit. All of the most amazing women, all of us amazing, regardless of how amazing you feel today or tomorrow or yesterday,
Yeah.
have all been through shit. And it's just
Yeah.
different. It's a different bag. Which
Yep.
bag you picking up today? So
Yep.
I think drawing that common thread for women, and also, yes, you're so right. There are way more women that want to lift each other up and help each other.
For
There are
sure.
seats for all of us at the table. I think for so long, a lot of us have been like, you know, there's only one seat. And that's
Yeah.
total
And
bullshit.
we're
Also,
fighting
there's
for it.
right.
Yeah.
It's like there's plenty of seats. All the seats are
Bring up a
available.
chair, girl. Yeah. Well, and it's like also, when I hear women that inspire me, it's like, yes, they're vulnerable and authentic and share all the craziness and hard things they've been through. So it makes us feel not alone. They overcame this and they're still successful, killing it. I can too. And women that aren't perfect. Like, there's so many women
Right.
out there with this perception. They're trying to make everyone think they're perfect. Like, no, I don't want that. And those are not the women I want to be like either. I want to be like a beautifully imperfect one with my fellow women.
Right. Right. And when you think about, you know, women that you relate to, when they break that like solid armor and they like
Yeah.
give up a piece of vulnerable information and they
Yes.
share, it is so powerful. It's like,
It
oh my
is.
God, I didn't know you went through all that. I didn't know, like, you get me. You can get what
Yes.
I'm trying to say.
Totally. Yes. And literally, I'm just, because this is in my brain, a few days ago, I was in Phoenix filming my keynote, and literally one of the talking about leaders that lead with humanness and vulnerability. And one, like, leaders trust, or I'm sorry, employees trust leaders more when they've shared personal like things they've been through, and when they share things they've overcome. And that's it for men, women, everybody. We want to buy in and feel like, wow, I feel connected and seen, and they get that life's hard sometimes, right? Okay.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. I have so many questions for you. So how does the belief that what is it's not that serious, but like how does that belief show up in how you live and lead now? How has this changed since putting this out in the world? Like how has it changed how you show up in the world?
It hasn't necessarily changed how I show up in the world. It has solidified and cemented to me how much it's needed and that I'm going in the right direction.
Mm,
And so for me, for anyone that knows me personally, I am very authentic. I'm very open and out there. And however I am, however you perceive me typically is really how I am. Like there's
oh, for
no
sure.
I do swear a lot like a sailor. So
Me
I would like to
too.
say I am reining myself in right now. No, just kidding. But I think it's all my years in construction. But I'm just very authentic, and I really live how I speak and what I talk about. And that doesn't mean I'm perfect. It just means that, I mess up sometimes, and or I've been sick, and or I've been through some different stuff in my life. And so I have those experiences. But I think what it has done is like just reiterate to me how much it's needed. I mean, I cannot tell you the amazing levels of support that I have received from everyone, and in private and in public, of
Mhm.
just people saying like, we need this is so amazing, like this needs to
Yes.
be shouted from the rooftops. And like I've just been so overwhelmed and like thankful and grateful for all of the support. And it just, like I said, reiterates in my mind like what I was thinking, like we really need this. I keep feeling this, I keep hearing this from all these different women's groups that I'm in. And it doesn't matter what type, whether it's a women in construction, whether it's a senior leadership executive
Yeah.
corporate group, it doesn't matter. It's like
Everyone
that
needs this.
desire for connection. And we've also done a lot of really cool things. We may be a little baby company still, but we've already partnered and supported the U.S. Women's Rugby
That's
Foundation.
so
We've also
amazing.
doing the Colorado Bar Association, STEM Blazers,
Uh-huh.
Colorado Transportation and Construction Girl. So we're really looking to partner with. It's not that I'm out totally of the construction industry, because we still are focused on supporting women in construction and women
Sure.
in male-dominated fields, because those are the women that typically feel really alone and like,
Yeah.
help me out here, I'm by myself.
Yeah.
Um, but we're not limited to the U.S. and we're not limited to construction.
Well, it's only a matter of time before you're taking over the world, girl. Like I know this. We trust. We are seeing it from the ground floor. Give her a year,
Listen,
two, 10. Woo.
I am living the line, Delulu is the Salulu. I am living that.
Well, and you are authentic and genuine. Like what you see is what you get. I'm the same way. Like we can't show up fake. We're like, I don't even know how to do that. Like, yeah, this is
And
me. Love it
why?
or hate it. And what?
And
Yeah, what's
why?
the
It's like,
point?
well, it's so funny because I'm like, people try so hard to put on this show and whatever. And it's like, people are going to love or hate you either way.
Yeah,
Like, so you might as well just be yourself, because
yeah,
there's going to be haters. There's people I don't
always.
like. There's people that don't like me. It's not like everything is like rainbows and kittens or something.
Yeah, for
But,
sure.
it's like one of my most amazing, fabulous whips that's coming up. We were talking, and she was talking about the 80-20 rule. And I really do think that applies to most things. Same thing with women looking for support and or collaboration with other females. It's like, yeah, maybe there are some like bad apples out there, but it's like 80-20. Most of the time it's going to be great women that are doing
Yeah.
great things that want to come
Mhm.
together. And you can say that about anything, really.
For sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's like you could be like, I'm never putting myself out there or going to try to meet another woman because I had one that wasn't kind to me. Whatever. Is that if that's going to stop you that easily, then you are not meant to go out and do what you're going to do. I mean, right?
Right. And like not everybody needs to like you. Like, right? It's
Exactly.
like, okay, so chalk it up to that one doesn't like me. I don't
Right.
know, like, and we don't like everyone else, right? It's like
Exactly.
80-20. Like most of the time it's going to be fabulous, but like I feel like sometimes again it kind of goes back to it's not that serious. It's like we let these like little things like, oh my gosh, that
Totally.
woman hurt my feelings, or that woman didn't support me in this office that I was running or whatever. And it's
Mhm.
like, oh well, like move
Right.
on. It's not that serious. There will be many more that do support you. There will be many more that will try to lift you up. And so it's like just focusing on, I think also, I'm really focused on energy and
Me too.
focusing on the positive and where we want to go and what kind of energy we want around us, as opposed
Hmm.
to all these bad things that happen to me or all of these bad things that blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. Like looking forward and moving forward is where it's at.
Oh, absolutely. If you're doing anything worthwhile in life, you're going to have haters, you're going to have people that are like, "Oh, she's too much." Who gives a crap? And my book editor, when I got my 1 2 star review on my book, it was like, "Oh my gosh." And then I was like, "It's probably this one girl from high school that's always freaking hated me. She's just being a bitch to be a bitch. Like she just is like, I've never read this book, but I'm going to take my energy and time and disdain for Chelsea. And I'm going to go write, or not even write a review, but just click the 2 stars just to try to mess with me." And then my editor was like, Chelsea, you got haters. You've made it now. You're legit because you got some
Yes.
haters. Calling all badass moms and entrepreneurs ready to stop surviving and start thriving. Y'all, I am officially opening spots for one-on-one mentorship. This is designed exclusively for the women who know they're meant for more, but feel stuck in the chaos of balancing business, motherhood, and everything in between. I'm not just another coach. I'm a proven business owner who's built an award-winning company, written a best-selling book, launched a podcast, and built a platform, all while raising a family. If you're ready to get unstuck and take bold action, master time management and boundaries, build an unshakable CEO mindset, and prioritize your energy without guilt, then let's make your next level happen. Faster, smarter, and with zero apologies. This is not for the excuse makers. It's only for women ready to go all in on themselves. Remember, spots are limited, so if you are interested, head on over now to Instagram and send me a DM with the word mentorship. I cannot wait to talk to you, girl.
I don't know if you've ever heard of Cat Williams. He's a comedian, but he's
Uh-uh.
hilarious. And he's always like, if you don't have haters, you're not doing enough. Like do
Yeah,
more. You need to get the haters.
right?
It's so true though, because
It
it's like
is.
again, you can't please everybody. Not everybody, it's like not everybody likes apples, some
Exactly.
like
It's hard.
oranges.
It is what
So
it is.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And if you're sitting on the couch every day, day after day, doing absolutely nothing, you're not going to have haters. But is that the kind of life we want? Absolutely not.
Right. How
It is not.
boring.
That sucks. Like, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And the most amazing things in my life personally, I'm using my own personal experiences for this. I've taken the biggest risks have given me the most amazing rewards, right? So
Truly.
like
Yes.
I mean, the boring pieces like were snoozeville, right? Like
Yeah.
so
You're like, that did nothing for my growth or, yeah, or pushing me in any way. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Okay. Let's see. I have so many questions for you. What do you think women are silently struggling with right now that no one's talking about enough?
I just went to an event this week that was focused on this. I think women's health is really a struggle for so many women. And unfortunately, it's because the research hasn't been done. We're like seeing like men's health like with these astronomical advances, and then we're sitting here in the dark ages, and they're starting to figure out like especially like things like women's hormone therapy.
Yeah.
Many years ago they did some studies that were very limited and that were saying that it's tied to cancer, and now they're like, hey, it's time out. Oh wait, it's not. Like,
Yeah.
oh, because we did this weird small group, we didn't take these XYZ things into account. And now it's like changing. So now we're like that far behind. And it's like,
yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing that I keep hearing from women is just women's health and us having access to health for our bodies. You
Yeah.
know, so somebody's not telling me what to do with mine, and nobody's telling you what to do with yours. We have access to health and, longevity. And I don't want to be, 70 or 50 or 60 and not remembering, how to put a sentence together. And I also don't want
Yeah.
to not be able to walk up my stairs, like I
Exactly.
want to be vibrant all the way to
Yeah.
the end, 115.
Oh yeah. I always say my goal in life is to be the funny grandma that's like had a few too many mimosas at like Christmas and they're like, "Oh, here goes grandma again." And then I'm saying shit that people are like giggling like, "Grandma, did you really say that?" That's my goal in life.
Yes.
But
Shock,
it's
shock and awe until the
right?
end. That's
Right?
exactly right. I'm typically very witty, and I would like that to continue all the way to the
Yes.
end.
And just be a little more inappropriate and funny and just say all the shit and be like, "Oh my god, grandma."
Right. I want to
Um
throw in those zingers till
yes.
115 or
Hello.
whatever.
That's fun. Well, and I agree with that. I as we're getting older, we a lot of our friends perimenopause, menopause, all this crap that we're hearing and all the hormones and all take this, do that, whatever. It is everyone's so different and it's like what works well for this person. Well, what kind of doctor did you go to? Well, what I mean it's I do sometimes sit there and be like, well, what actually works for me and what does my body need versus her, and it is really confusing to
I know.
find out, well, what the hell, what supplements am I supposed to be taking? What am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah, and I think also, it's tough because for women, we see all these like, celebs with like, they've taken whatever and they're so
Yeah.
skinny, or they've
Yeah.
or they've done plastic surgery a bazillion times and they
Yeah.
look amazing or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, trying to keep up with that is really hard. And it's like,
It
well,
is.
what am I doing so that I look and feel good? I don't necessarily need to look like whatever celebrity, but like just so that
Exactly.
I feel good about presenting myself to others, and that when
For
I walk down
sure.
the road, I can feel like good about what I'm presenting to the world.
For sure. For sure. Okay, so if a listener's on edge but afraid to jump, like you just took this beautiful jump, what's the one piece of advice you could give to women if they're maybe not knowing exactly what they want to do in life? I hear that a lot, or they want to maybe change careers, or they know something more is out there, but they're just not sure. What piece of advice would you give to them?
Well, I think the biggest thing is understanding what you care about and what you love. Because I think so many times, women and men, but women will be like, oh, I don't know, like if I should go for that career or if I should do this. And I'm like, well, what do you love to do? Like
Yeah.
what is like best case scenario? Are you like planting plants in your garden? Like what is best
Yeah.
case scenario? I think like cutting it down to super basic things to start with and understanding what we care about and what we love,
Yeah.
because then you can build a pathway of how to get there, as
Yeah.
opposed to just like, oh, I could do this or I could do that, or this job opening came open, I don't know, it sounds pretty good, like this pays pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like when you do that, unfortunately, what happens is you end up sitting in a career or in a life that you're like bored with or you're
Mhm.
unhappy with, and you don't feel alive. You don't feel inspired by anything, and you're like making ends meet. And that's fine. You're paying your bills. But I think
Yeah.
when women struggle with like frustration or like not they want to feel something,
Yeah.
and it's usually because we've forgotten what we actually care about and what we actually want to do.
For sure.
And so I would say, cut out all the noise and like whittle it down to what do I actually care about? What do I actually want to do?
Yeah.
And what do I love? And then build a path from that.
Yeah.
And I think when you do that, doors start opening, because when you're living your best life, when you're living your passion and living, it changes just even the way you talk about things. Like even the most
For
mundane
sure.
things change.
Yep. No, I totally agree. It's like ultimately what brings you joy. And I think a lot women, especially, maybe you become a mom or you have a career, or you don't, whatever. So, a lot of times it's easy to lose ourselves. But and I've heard so many women say like, well, when my kids graduate, go to college, then they have no clue who they are anymore. It's like, but ultimately challenging us, what brings you joy? Like, are you just living day to day, or are you fulfilled and you freaking love your life and you're peaceful and it's joyful, right? Like that's what we should be chasing. And if you hate what you're doing, there is a person who's gardening out, if you look freaking gardening, I guarantee you there's a job out there and you could just go zone out and garden all day and you'd be so freaking happy.
Absolutely. And I think you're right. I think when a lot of times when parents become empty nesters and when kids go off to college, people have like breakdowns
They
because they
do.
have put, well, moms specifically though, but
Yeah.
they have poured themselves into their kids for 20 years or whatever. And now they're like, oh shit, what do I do now? Like, who am I?
Totally.
What do I even care
And as
about
a
outside?
couple too, they
Yes.
don't even, they look at each other like, oh,
Like, who are
I don't
you?
even know
Like,
you
should we go on a
anymore.
date?
Yeah, like, oh shit, I don't know, who are you? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so I mean,
true.
I think like really actually, and the other thing is like, so if you're like, I don't know what I love, that's okay. You don't have
Yes.
like I think putting gratitude in front of everything, and
Yes.
it does not have to be major things. If you're feeling overwhelmed with your
Yes.
life and with money or with whatever, or your relationship or whatever,
Uh-huh.
I think putting gratitude in front of everything. I do like a couple little practices where every night before I go to bed, I journal, and I'm not journaling like today I went to the store. I'm journaling
Yeah.
like things I'm grateful for, things that I am in my future,
Yes.
and things that paths that I want open for myself. And I do that very intentionally before I go to bed because it's like quiet time when I'm not going 5 million miles an hour
Yeah.
and nothing's there to distract me. And then when I wake up, I also do a practice where I'm not writing anything. I'm just spending X amount of time in gratitude, going over how great my day is going to be,
Mhm.
all the things I'm grateful for. And again, sometimes you're low and everything isn't sunshine and rainbows. And so that's okay too. But even the little things, like the most little things, it doesn't have to be this house or this car
Yes.
or this vacation. It can be like,
Yep.
man, I had my last Diet Pepsi and I'm so glad there
Mhm.
was one left in the fridge. Or, it can be small things. But
Yeah.
when we start focusing on gratitude, it like really changes our energy and it changes how we approach people and the day and everything else.
Totally. Yeah, I agree with the small things because it's so when we place gratitude just on or fulfillment just on that new job or that new car or that new house, whatever, that will not last. You'll get it. You're still going to feel the same, but it's like finding, oh, I love that this is my favorite coffee mug and it's warm coffee in the morning. I have fresh water, like and electricity. I mean, literally, when you bring it down, your day is filled with all these little miracles when you really think about it and like bring it down to the simple things. And that's people, I think, who can find joy in the simple things, who will always be happy. The ones who put it in the big stuff that's kind of more superficial or could be taken away at any point. It's just you're always looking for what's next.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it for me anyway, like just from my practices that I've done, I know that for me it's definitely shifted how I see things, how things come to me. It just changes everything. So I think, if you're not sure what you want to do and you're like, I don't know, starting with gratitude and like just asking for direction. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter what religion you are, doesn't matter what necessarily your beliefs are. It's more about putting it out into the universe and being open to the energy and,
Yeah.
having something directing you on, what your next move is. And
Yes.
again, when you're starting with gratitude, it's just such a positive energy. It's so powerful.
Yeah. It opens everything up completely. It's life-changing for sure. And it's like even like you said, if you don't know what you want to do, let's say, well, it's that's when you kind of have to look inward and be like, well, what does bring me joy? Maybe I haven't actually done it for a really long time. Thinking of when do I feel most fulfilled and happy and peaceful and calm and or lit up, you know, that's where we have to start looking and figuring out what is that. Okay, well then maybe there's a career out of that. Maybe there's a path. Maybe I can start a company that I'm so passionate about, right? So I love all that. All right, girls. So where can we support you, or how can we support you, and where can people find out more about all the amazing things you're doing?
Yes. So you can visit us at www.itsnotthatserious.com. I am on LinkedIn, so if you're on LinkedIn, connect with me there. We also are on TikTok, Instagram, but if you go to the website, you can find several things. So one is merch. You can find amazing merch. We have so much fun merch. Look, I've got all my
Yes.
fun merch. So we have all this fun merch that supports us, that helps. So if you're like, I'm not an advertiser. I'm not a such and such. I'm not such and such. Buy a bag, buy a cup, buy
Yeah.
a
Oh, you
mug.
have such cute stuff.
All of that helps us. Thank you.
Yes.
And then when you're at the on the website, you can also see a couple different things. So we do some travel highlights, and we highlight partners that are very supportive of women's causes or of women in general. We provide all of our advertisers and or anybody we recommend on companies we love are folks that support women traveling safely. There are different resources for women. So if you're in Portugal and you want a private car and you're like, I want somebody that speaks English. I want somebody that has a, fancy car. I want somebody that isn't going to do anything bad. That's a safe
Yeah.
ride because I don't know about these cabs or whatever.
Yeah.
So all of our advertisers and people on the website are very supportive of that women's safety and
I
women
love
traveling
that.
alone. But in the travel section, we highlight those kind of companies, but we also highlight really cool places that maybe you're in your second or third iteration of life and now you're single for whatever reason. And you're like, I always wanted to go to somewhere fabulous, or like, oh my gosh, I never thought I could go to Marrakesh or whatever.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of really cool places in our travel section that just really kind of show you it's not that crazy. It's not that serious. You can do it by yourself. And then
Love
we
it.
also have our WHIP section, which is our Women in Power section. This is my most favorite piece of the whole thing, and it's why we do it. To really lift and highlight women's stories, like yours, like so many other incredible women that are doing incredible things. Like I said earlier, it's not a resume highlight of their amazing achievements.
Yeah.
All of these women have done amazing things, but every single story is a personal story that talks about how they were able to get through something very difficult and or are still getting through it and
Yeah.
how they're dealing with that. And so when I think about this site and I think about women coming to the site, I want you to be able to see somebody that looks like me, somebody that looks like you, somebody that sounds like your story, somebody that sounds like my story, that you can relate to, and that is going to allow you to understand like you're not alone. Like the things that you have experienced that maybe feel overwhelming or like, oh my gosh, nobody would get this. You are not alone. Like somebody
Yeah.
else will get this. And there's many women that have very similar stories. So all those WHIP highlights are really highlighting these incredible women and their incredible stories and things they've been through. So again, it's not that serious.com. You can find us on the web. You can find us. We're all over the web. So please come see us, follow us, get in the newsletter. If they get in the newsletter, I highly encourage that because then you get all the updates of different events. Like I mentioned earlier, the U.S. Women's Rugby Foundation, they're hosting an event here in Denver this week. So we are a part of that and we're super proud of that and happy to lift up that message. But you can see all the cool things that we're doing in the newsletter, any like fun merch highlights that like, hey, this is a fun new mug or whatever. And just different ways to support. Again, it's just all about bringing women together and lifting their stories and allowing women to have a space and by the way, on a side note, I just want to give a huge shout out to all the fellas because one of the most funny things and just awesome things is we have had so much awesome support from men
Oh, I love
encouraging
that.
the movement and buying swag, buying all the merch. Like, I mean, I
Love
have
it.
been shocked. It's awesome. And it's not like we don't love the men. We love the men, but
Yes.
this is really to help when we lift women. everyone rises, right?
Absolutely.
So shout out to the guys for supporting us, because it's been a really awesome, surprising
That's cool.
lift, which I love.
I love that. Well, I'm so proud of you. This is so exciting. And I wish you all the success. I can't, in a year or two, I just like, our minds will be blown of what you're doing with this, because you're already doing really amazing things. So I'm so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing. And thank you for
Thank
coming
you so
on.
much. And same to you, Chelsea. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
I'm
thank you.
loving everything that you're doing. I
Thank
love
you.
watching you, and you are a perfect example of this means and why it's so important, because just watching you fly and do all these amazing things is just awesome. And thank you very much. I'm very excited to be living my passion,
Oh, I'm
just
so
like
proud
you.
of you. Love it. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you, everyone, for listening. I will put all her info and all the links in the show notes. So please go connect with her and see how you can collaborate and shout out this amazing company. So thank you again.
Awesome.
And everyone, always remember, no BS, just real vibes. We'll see you next time. If you loved the episode, share it on Instagram and tag me so I can say thank you and meet you. Or share it with a girlfriend who you know would love this too. Always remember, no BS, just real vibes. See you next time on Lip Service and Lashes.